When you read a lot of children's fiction, you start to realise there's a distinct lack of parents. They're either dead, notably absent. In this one the teens go on holiday without the parents, and in this one the main character is sent away to a boarding school. Or if there are parents, they're generally not the ones that are actually helpful, and they might actually be causing more of the problems than solving any. I completely get why authors remove parents and guardians from the story. For a start, if a parent comes in at the very last minute and just sweeps in and solves the story, then you've kind of undermined the entire story, and that journey that our main character has gone on from the start of the book to the very end has just been completely undermined. So that doesn't work. Which also means if you have a parent in a story and they can feasibly solve the problem that the character's going through, you start asking questions for why didn't the main character go to the parent path in the first place? So you can kind of see why parents in children's fiction don't happen very often. But I want to say they can happen, and there are a couple of examples that I want to highlight because I think these examples are pretty damn good. First one is one I feel I mention all the time here, and I don't care because I love the series so much. It's parents for Holly Smale's Geek series, Richard and Annabelle. These two parents, and I've said it so many times before, I think are the best parents I've ever read in children's and young adult fiction. I read this one when they first came out. Through every single book they continue to be my favourite parent. You've got the dad Richard, who's colourful, bonkers and just a whole bag full of fun. Stepmom Annabelle, who's strict but with a heart full of gold. They never interfere with the main points of Harriet's story, and Harriet is definitely left to solve the main thrust of the story for herself. But Richard and Annabelle support Harriet and play off each other and are an absolute joy to read. This book, I think, sets the gold standard for how parents can be written. They sit in the background supporting Harriet and letting Harriet shine. If you haven't read this series, read it. Seriously, read it. The next parent I want to talk about comes from Kindred Spirits by Rowell. The mum in this book made me smile so much. She was always supporting Elena. It's only a short book, but it deserves a mention because I remember her, and if I remember a character, it's a very good sign. The final parent I want to talk about is the parent from The Last Leaves Falling by Benwell. I'm going to start by saying you basically should read this book. It basically follows a boy with a terminal illness but still finds friends and support online. But that's not what I want to talk about. This is a video about parents, and I want to talk about the mum. Sora's mum is brilliant. She clearly wants the best for her son, and she encourages the friends that he makes online as they come over and support him. Those two friends are brilliant too, but that's a whole nother video. The mum is supportive, caring, she wants the best for her son, she supports him, she is concerned, but she never gets in his way. This is Sora's story, not the mum's, but the mum is there in the background, ever present, ever supporting, and this story wouldn't feel right without her there. And finally, the two sets of parents from the Nightwanderers by C.J. Flood. This book features two sets of parents. Parents of the twins, Titania and Ophelia, and parents of Rosie. Both sets clearly care for their children. Ophelia and Titania's parents are put through quite a lot of anguish and pain for most of the book, and their reactions and feelings towards Rosie are evident. And then Rosie's parents are concerned with the well-being of Rosie. They're very supporting where they can be, and particularly Rosie's parents help her do things and support her and her decisions that she makes. So those are my favourite parents in children's fiction. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, or if you have any other recommendations of books that feature parents. Until next time, my name's Jesse, and we've just read to life parents.